What is this contraption?
This is the bug. So it leaks. It's hooked up to the pump, and it sucks the water in there from the bottom. Also, these flappers kind of kick up any sediment that might be under the water, so it kind of gets it up into the water column. And then when the skimmer turns on, it's more likely also to catch it by the skimmer. So give that a nice thing, get the whole pool, nice and clear. Hopefully. I shocked it, turned brown and green. That's oxidizing all the metals and everything else that was in there over time, and starting to clear up now. A couple more days with the filter running, should be crystal clear, ready to jump in. All we need is some good old-fashioned pool weather. It's supposed to be 87 degrees later this week, so maybe we'll get that. Keep jumping in. Like and subscribe.
Yeah, but where does this go? Where's this pump going?
What?
Where's the pump going?
What do you mean, where's the pump going?
The ladybug is...
It's connected to the pool pump filter.
How does that work?
Connected to this.
Oh, the filter?
Yeah, goes into here. So now all the water is being sucked through instead of the skimmer. Goes into the pump, this is a DE filter system, diatomaceous earth, where it's pumped into, and all the nasties are filtered out. There's a copper system ionizer, which I guess maybe works. I don't know. Sometimes it seems like it works, sometimes it doesn't. But then it gets pushed back out into the pool, and we'll probably have to get in there this weekend when it gets nice and warm. Pick a rag. I already looks like it's got some staining on the liner. So maybe get a nice rag and just wash it down. See if I can find my leak. But it's a small leak, or it's a leak somewhere above where the staining is. So if it's below the staining, then it's probably very small. But if it's above the staining, it's still small, but it'll make it a little bit easier to find. But any leaks, if it's below the staining, that means it's kind of a slow. Because it held water all long down to that. It's really very slow. Just a release. Can't wait to jump in. When kids are splashing around it kicks everything up and everything's caught by the filter, but when nobody goes in, nothing. Oh yeah, when we covered the pool last fall, it was a pretty good water level, but I started noticing as the months went on over the winter, it started dropping. I put a little bit of water in it, kind of keep it going, and then of course it froze and the winter came, and it lost about a good, what's that? What would you say? Maybe a good 18 inches of water since over the winter. So I don't know. There's probably a leak. We filled it up, take the cover off, and get it going. But as soon as it warms up a little bit, I'm gonna get in there and see if it can find. Well, yeah, I'm sure it is. But it's probably a very small leak.
Have you seen it go down a little bit, or has it stayed?
I mean, well, we got all that rain, so it was kind of hard to tell. I mean, maybe it went down like, you know, it goes down from evaporation and shit like that, just from the cooler. It's hard to say. 'Cause you always lose some. You always lose some from evaporation. But I kind of think maybe it might be.
I think it's over on that side where you're at.
Right here, it's kind of, I could see a little bit of impression.
There's no bubble?
No.
You don't see no bubbles?
No, well, there's no air, so it's probably, you know, going into the ground.
It's
Yeah.
on the wall because it's not on the floor of the bed of it.
Well, that's the thing. It's either, it could be on the floor, but it's very small, or it's above where the staining is. So that is the dilemma.
The pool company's out of business.
Well, yeah, he called, and that guy never left to call back, so I guess he's gone. He had a warranty on this, but I guess a lot of good that's going to do. But yeah, I've always, this area right here I felt might be it. But it could be, I mean, it could be anywhere. I don't know. Can't see anything in the yard. I mean, it was dry all fall and late summer. It was all dry. There was nothing, no evidence of any water leaking. Green spots in the wall. Nothing looked different.
So, like I said, is it leaking into the liner and it's between the liner and the metal inside, so that's why you don't see it? Any wet spots?
Well, it
So it's
would
going-
still, if it was like up here, it would leak down into the
Yeah,
ground.
but underneath it's all sand and rock.
Yeah, it's sand. Yeah.
So is it leaking behind the liner? So it's the liner and the metal.
Yeah. I guess eventually it would rust out. Yeah, gonna see if I could get some of that staining off. But you know, I don't want to replace the liner with the tariffs today. God, this liner probably cost me a fortune, right?
What's that? You finding it?
I'm just poking and prodding.
Like-
Yeah, I don't know what to do. There's this leak in the liner. I had to fill it up from the faucet. It's a small leak. It's not leaking a whole bunch, but I don't know if somebody has any ideas on how to fix that. You know, some advice. I'd love to hear it because I'm stumped. I don't know what to do anymore. You know, just keep putting water in, I guess. You know?